What's going on, guys? It's JReact TV. Welcome back to the channel. All right, here's another story that's happened in Detroit where a lady got Jewing down by her ex-husband. Ladies and men, y'all need to start doing research on people that you guys are dating, because you don't know what they did in the past that you never know that can come back and hunt you. So this, like I said, the story happened in Detroit. This lady had put a restraining order on her husband, and for some reason, he found where she worked at, and he did what he needed to do, I guess, for himself. It's just messed up, man. But anyway, let's get to the story.
News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Murdered at work. A manhunt is underway in Detroit after a man walked into his ex-wife's job and opened fire, taking her life. Latricia Green Brown was shot in the basement of Henry Ford Hospital about 10 this morning.
And minutes after that shooting, police identified her ex-husband, Mario Green, as the suspect in that case. Security cameras caught him leaving the hospital just minutes after that shooting. Jay Scott Smith has been following the very latest developments in this case all day long. Jay, we now know Latricia had a valid personal protection order against Green.
Yes, indeed, she did. Good evening, everybody. And honestly, this was just a bad scene all the way around, as on this Friday night, as mentioned, one woman is dead. There are a lot of questions that need answering, and police are trying to get a dangerous man off the streets.
He produced a gun, handgun, and fired multiple shots, killing his ex-wife.
Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison laid out what happened this morning at Henry Ford Hospital around 10:15 a.m. Bettison named this man, 53-year-old Mario Green of Bloomfield Hills, first as a person of interest, but now he's the prime suspect in the shocking killing of Latricia Green Brown. It set off a chaotic scene at West Grand Boulevard and a citywide manhunt.
We're actively looking for him. He is presumed to be armed and dangerous.
Surveillance cameras caught Green entering the hospital. From there, police say he went into the basement where Brown worked and shot her multiple times after an argument. After Brown was killed, he hopped in a white 2011 Dodge Charger and took off, headed north on the Lodge Freeway. The car was eventually found abandoned near Losser on the city's west side around 2 p.m., but Green remains on the loose. He's 6 feet tall and was last seen wearing all black and a gold chain. Mario Green also has a violent past, having served 6 years in state prison following a 2006 arson conviction. He's also served 4 years on probation for aggravated stalking. And most recently in June, he just finished a 3-year probation stint for failing to pay child support. Brown, meanwhile, had sought an order of protection against Mario Green, but he had yet to be served.
Now, there have been questions about how he was able to get into the hospital. We have gotten a statement from Henry Ford Hospital saying, quote, "We have a comprehensive security plan in place that includes metal detectors at the emergency department and an on-site police force. We consistently strive to ensure our facilities are safe and our processes and procedures prioritize security. An internal investigation into this tragic incident is underway." Now, this manhunt for Mario Green continues. If you happen to see him, you are not to approach him. He's considered armed and dangerous. If you see Mario Green, make sure you contact the Detroit Police Department. We're live outside of Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. I'm Jay Scott Smith for Local 4.
Hopefully he's apprehended soon or he turns himself in. Jay, thank you for your report this evening. And our Click on Detroit team has been compiling information about this shooting. Right now, you can find everything we know about Mario Green and get a glimpse inside the hospital as first responders rushed inside. It's all on the homepage at clickondetroit.com.
Damn, man, it's messed up. You just think about it, right? You home. I mean, just think about it. You at work. Got there, you think everything's going to be fine and dandy that whole day. You get to work, talking to your coworkers, y'all laughing, joking around, having fun. And then you look back or whatever, somebody come in the room that you know, pull out a gun and unalive you right there. You know how sad that is? And for people that's around her to see this to happen, traumatized probably for the rest of their life, because they were just talking to this person and now this person gone. Now, the man, he been arrested a few times, he gone through the system a few times, 2006 for arson and whatever he did there. I think arson, I can't remember. I know arson, I think means something to do with fire and all this other stuff. But anyway, I'm not too sure. Anyway, if she had looked at his past and be like, you know what? I'm not trying to date this person. And this is another thing I tell women. Stop arguing with the ex that the person you used to be with and kind of find out what's going on. Why you guys broke up, why you guys not together. Because You know, he probably did some crazy stuff. He has kids. You know, he wasn't paying child support, so he got probation for that. And they finally stopped this. And then you had a restraining order on him, and that didn't even stop it. That did not stop it, man. I think when something like that happens, I think it's time for me to leave my job or just leave the city, because they can find you too, depending how you kind of use your name and stuff like that in different places. But I think I would have left. I know some people don't have the means to leave, but you got to try. If you really want your life, you got to try. For something like this to happen to this woman out of nowhere, come on, he can do this to anybody. And now they can't find him. I'm sure when they do find him, he's probably going to end up unaliving himself. Most of the time this happens. And like I said, these domestic violence cases are the worst. You got to be careful, man. These are the hardest ones to go to, especially as a police officer. They go in and see what's going on. Sometimes the police officers end up getting shot or even unalive. So this has been going on for some time for her to put the restraining order on him. And he found where she worked, went down there in the hospital, went down where she works at in the basement, and unalive her just like that. Boom, gone. That's sickening. That's scary as hell, man. Yeah, I got to do your research on the person. Back then I was like, whatever. I wouldn't do no research on nobody I'm dating. But now you do, because you never know. You never know what this person is capable of. Anybody's capable of doing anything, but if they don't show it, sometimes you can't even tell. And I'm sure there was red flags, but she decided to still date this dude. Like, you know, family members or friends were like, hey, you got to be careful with this guy. This guy's probably crazy or nuts. Right? So something must have happened that triggered him, and he came out with a gun, went in there, and unalived this lady. And it's so messed up, man, to see stuff like this that keep happening over and over. Over and over. I see why some people stay single. They just date and that's it. Because you never know. You never gonna be your last day on earth. You never know. Just like this situation here. But I see they found the car. He wasn't there. He walked, or somebody he probably know picked him up, went somewhere else. Most times these people try to leave the country. But it's gonna be hard for him to leave the country because they know who he is now. Passport, everything probably not locked down now, so he can't really go anywhere. And I just think it's so messed up, man. 53 years old, still doing these stupid crimes like this. If you ain't happy with the person, if you ain't happy with the person you want to be with, just leave, man. You don't have to take the person's life. Y'all going through stuff, just leave. You still would have your life. You'd have been doing the things you're doing now, whatever you want to do. Instead of now they looking for you. It's a manhunt out there for you. Now you're armed and dangerous. They don't now when the cops come, they don't care if you're not armed or if you armed or not. They coming with guns too. Any sudden move you do, they're gonna lay you out. And I don't blame them for doing it either. This is a sad case, sad situation. It's messed up, period. I don't know the woman had kids. It's just she did. Now the kids are growing up without no mom and no father. His original kids not growing up. They're gonna be out of their father too. So y'all gotta watch who y'all dating. This messed up, man. The system failed her. Because you think just because you do put somebody on one of those restriction things, sometimes they're gonna find you, man. It's public record. It's not that hard to find this person. And the crazy thing, you get married, they could find out you got married. They find so much stuff about you, you just don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know, man. This is messed up, sad as hell to me. I'm sorry for what happened to her, but this is kind of life, man. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good one. Peace out. Thank you.